From a $2 billion charity case to an entire country's worth in jewelry, this is the Billionaire Jewelry Tier List. Gigi Hadid. Gigi Hadid wears oversized silver weapons to almost every event. A tier. Kazumi Arikawa. The guy used to be a Buddhist monk before diving into the flashy world of jewelry with a $500 million collection. A tier. Mukesh Ambani's family jewelry. Honestly, I don't even want to get into this for the sake of my mental health, but I'll pull through for you guys. Their net worth alone is over $100 billion, so you guys can already tell where this is going. With their jewelry collection, they basically throw all types of precious stones in the world into one pile. I'm talking diamond necklaces, emerald saris, you name it. This family alone could probably start their own country, or maybe they're planning to. Who knows? I mean, their wedding jewelry alone cost $100 million. The entire wedding itself costs up to $644 million. Right now, look up Marshall Islands GDP on your phone. But then what do you expect from a family that pulled Rihanna out of retirement? I just know she was shaking in her boots. I'm seriously beginning to question my life right now myself, but even so, we have to move on with this video. S tier, Donald Trump. Guys, Donald Trump now sells watches, and to be honest, while they might be made of gold and diamonds, they look kind of tacky. And they have his name stamped everywhere in case you forgot where you got them from. From the $100,000 Victory Tourbillon to his $499 Fight watches for the budget ballers. One model even has a MAGA red bezel because apparently time looks better with politics stamped on it. Imagine spending $100,000 on a watch and getting laughed at by your own reflection. The designs are so loud they could hold a press conference. F tier for fake flex. These watches might be luxury on paper, but they're uglier than your 8th grade yearbook photo. If you're planning on buying these watches, there are people already waiting to bully you. Elon Musk, the guy who sells flamethrowers and named his children after robot codes, rolled up to UFC 309 rocking a necklace that spells humanity's doom, the Omega symbol, a symbol of the end of something apparently, and an eyeball that gives Scooby-Doo villain energy. Trust Twitter, X, to give their opinions on it. Is he predicting doomsday? And some people probably thought it cost more than my mom's mortgage, but it looks like he came from a gas station gift shop after Elon inhaled 3 Red Bulls and a sad hot dog. Nobody really knows how much this cursed necklace costs. It could be $10 or even $1 million, but the mystery sells it for me. Solid A tier.
Yes?
Paris Hilton's $2 million engagement ring. In 2018, our fabulous ditz queen got engaged to Chris Zilka. He proposed to her with a huge 20-carat Paris-shaped ring with 2 extra carats for emotional support, costing up to $2 million in total. She lost the ring while dancing at a nightclub. I guess she just partied so hard, the ring had to fly off her finger and land in an ice bucket. But nobody panicked as she did find the ring later. Happily ever after, right? Imagine her having to explain that to her husband, or, ex-husband. Yeah, they got divorced less than a year later, but she had to keep the ring though, because obviously diamonds are a girl's best friend. Oh wait, she sold the ring. But for good reason though, charity. Ah, how sweet. We all know how the billionaires love their charity, or could that just be damage control? Who knows exactly? I wonder what Chris has to say about the situation. C tier. Maybe don't dance the night away with my student loans on your tiny fingers. Actually, move it to B tier. Imagine Floyd Money Mayweather waking up one day thinking, my wrist is too light for my billion-dollar net worth. So in June 2018, he dropped $18 million on the Jacob & Co. Billionaire watch because why wear a house when you can wear a whole neighborhood? This isn't just a watch, it's a 239 diamond monument to his bank account. Mayweather made over $1 billion boxing and dodging punches, and this watch is him dodging subtlety. The man once bet $400,000 on a football game and owns a fleet of Rolls Royces. It's like Floyd said, what time is it? Time to flex. And trust me, he did. S tier for pure obnoxious luxury. Floyd's wrist game is undefeated too. The Philip Oppenheimer diamond. You know, the 14.62 carat fancy blue beauty that sold for $57.5 million back in 2016? Yep, $57.5 mil. Now before we all collectively question our life choices, let me explain why the sparkly rock is hot shade. First off, Exclusivity. This isn't a stone you stumble upon at your local mall jewelry counter. Whoever owns this probably considers trust fund a lifestyle. Then there's the mystery factor. It was mined in South Africa, linked to the De Beers family. Ooh, fancy name. And sold in an auction room so intense, it made Squid Game look like a pillow fight. We're talking 25 minutes of bidding across 3 continents. And the name? Philip Oppenheimer. The dude was basically a diamond puppet master. If diamonds had a mafia boss, he'd be sipping a martini on a velvet throne. But here's the thing, it's not quite S tier. There's no crazy curse, no drama of epic proportions. It's just perfect, and perfection is kind of boring, right? I'm gonna slap this in A tier. Why? Because of the name Oppenheimer. You know, like the movie. Alright, just forget it. Kim Kardashian's jewelry game isn't just rich, it's my student loans are crying rich. Her first engagement ring from Kanye, a humble $2 million. But Kanye looked at that and said, nah, let's make this really hurt. In 2016, he swapped it out for a $4.5 million 20-carat emerald cut diamond because apparently her ring needed to double as a home security deposit. Oh, and Kim didn't stop there. She snatched Elizabeth Taylor's jade and diamond bracelets for a casual $64,900 because who doesn't want to wear jewels that come with a side of Hollywood ghost energy? Remember the whole Marilyn Monroe dress incident? But then 2016 hit her like a bad plot twist. After getting robbed in Paris and losing $10 million in bling, Kim said, you know what? Let's not risk it. Now, she leaves the good stuff in a vault and probably wears jewelry that costs less than her Uber ride. The next time you hesitate to buy a latte, remember Kim's ring finger is out here casually flexing your entire net worth, and she's making it look good. That's Bible. Oh wait, they're divorced? D tier. Sorry, Kim. Queen Elizabeth II and the Imperial State Crown, the ultimate I'm richer than you flex. This thing is basically Minecraft's creative mode for jewels with 317 karat Cullinan 2 diamonds and the Black Prince ruby, which isn't even a ruby by the way, it's Spinel. But then if you're the owner, you get to call it whatever you want. I'm using the term owner very loosely here because the Cullinan was gifted, probably snatched, from South Africa in 1905. You know how countries just love to gift the British Empire jewels and artifacts? Well, finders keepers. B tier. Lady Gaga. Only Lady Gaga would wear a $30 million diamond necklace to Taco Bell. Right after the 2019 Oscars, she wore the Tiffany Diamond 128 karat yellow diamonds, literally out-blinging the sun. Imagine wearing that to Taco Bell. Well, she's done crazier things, so Tiffany's security guards were like, ma'am, you can't order nachos with a $30 million diamond on your necklace. So they took it off her before she could dive into her chalupa. For context, the necklace is worth more than 10 Lamborghinis, 5 mansions, or about 100,000 Crunchwrap Supremes. S tier. Victoria Beckham's 15 engagement rings. This woman looked at her first engagement ring and said, cute, but what else you got? And since 1999, she's racked up 15 engagement rings like Pokemon cards. Diamonds, sapphires, rubies, basically, if it sparkles, she's got it. Starting with a Marquise cut yellow diamond and upgrading to pink, blue diamonds and whatever else Thanos used on his Infinity Gauntlet. Honestly, this woman could wear a different ring every week and still have spares. S tier. Her jewelry collection fetched over $200 million at an auction. It was promoted as a German entrepreneur and philanthropist doing philanthropist things, but it turns out that it was some spoils of Nazi era when her husband bought multiple Jewish businesses at basically subsidized prices, and in August 31st, 2023, they had to cancel the sales because, well, obviously. F tier. Richard Branson. This guy who flies to space for fun wears necklaces made from recycled materials. Yeah, instead of buying a diamond like the size of a small car, he's like, let's turn some trash into treasure. His necklaces are less made to be beautiful and more to save the planet one accessory at a time. They should release a superhero fashion movie about how his accessories save the planet, and it's a conversation starter unless you're too busy staring at it and wondering if you can turn your old yogurt containers into a matching bracelet. S tier. Lil Wayne. This rich dude has Richard Mille watches worth more than my mom's house and he wears double my life savings on his teeth and grills and an earring that slipped off during a show. Wayne looked more heartbroken than your middle school crush rejecting you. Somewhere, a janitor is sweeping up a diamond more than a new car. But what's really the most impressive thing he wears on his chest is his face in gold with 2 diamond tears that represent family members he's lost. And he basically saved a broke uni student's education with this project. I wish I could have a golden face too. S tier, Kanye West. This guy has a net worth of $400 million, Egyptian pyramid rings, diamond chains thicker than my grandma's gravy, and watches that cost $10 million, but it seems like those aren't his most prized possessions because he just couldn't help but steal a $50,000 diamond ring that hit the floor at a Versace show. He played it off as jokes, but I'm sure he didn't just pick those earrings up for nothing, and nobody knows whether Versace collected them back, so congrats to him for taking what he wants whenever he wants it. A tier. Alright, now lock in, join this list before the next video drops, or subscribe so I get to join this list too.